Hi there, it's me Anil Pokhrel and I am here to share with you my journey to Solukhumbu with my team members. So first, let me introduce you with my team members. So I had Mr. Rabin Mr. Bikram Bhurtel and Mr. Rabin Shrestha with me. So traveling is a fun to me and my team members and it's one of the most interesting things for us. Visiting to a place which is famous not only within the country but globally all around the world has got different feelings. Yes, I'm talking about my trip to Solukhumbu, a place that is known for its beautiful mountains and waterfalls and so on. It's located in eastern part of Nepal. It was in the month of September that we are about to have our Dasai vacations, so we made a plan to visit Solukhumbu. It has been our plan for last 2 years and it was finally going to be success. On September 28, we left Kathmandu from Chagos at 5 o'clock in the early morning. Moving through the different places like Bhaktapur, Dhulikhel and so on, we had a lot of fun in the way, singing, eating and enjoying the outer nature view from the van. In the way we came across different many rivers, waterfalls, mountains and so on. Crossing the river was one of the most frightful moments for us, looking at those vehicles crossing directly through the rivers without any breeze. I saw that it was becoming a lot difficult for the vans to cross the river and extra tractors were being used to pull out those vehicles out of the river. And such rivers were many over there in the way. Yes. Oh my god, what a गाडी त आयो. ओए, अनि यो ट्र्याक्टरले तानेर कहिलेसम्म चल्छ के यसरी. So we reached a place named Okheldunga in between. The weather in Okheldunga was amazing. We could see a forest filled with white fog and smoke all over. The weather was too calm to keep our mind fresh and peace. In between, I used to get sometimes wonder, are we at the heaven? Then I realized we are not at the heaven. Instead, it was the cloud that was below us and we could see no land from there. We had planned to stay there in Saleri that night and continue our journey the very next morning to reach the place named Mugli, where we could reach to our friend's Rabin BK's house. But the things got all different and all our plan has to get changed due to a moment that happened in a way in Sisneri. I can never forget that moment, that night we spent over there. It turned out to be a challenge of life and death. It was around 5 o'clock, we were stuck in jam for around 2 hours in a huge forest. It was a night with no moonlight, completely dark outside. So we wanted to see what was exactly happening over there. So we got out from the vehicles and went half an hour walking in front of us. We found a huge landslide was continuously falling down. It was bringing large stones with it. We waited a few hours more where people didn't want it to cross the road at that time. And some even returned back from there. But after waiting few hours, we decided that we should cross the road. But then some people stopped us. They suggested that let the truck go first so that it can make a way out from there and it makes the way more clear as well. So we agreed with them and asked the driver to make the vehicles back and give side to truck first. Then we'll follow that truck. As then when truck reached in the middle, a big stone fell from above and hit the truck. The size of the stone was as big as our jeep. It distracted the truck. People started screaming. Driver of the truck was saved luckily by running away from the truck. Then I realized that just a minute ago we were about to go before that truck. So if we were in that place, then it would have been even more difficult to find the bone of our body on that day. It was too cold from there to stay the whole night. So we requested driver to take us back and we shall stop whenever we will be able to see any village or town nearby. So after traveling back 2 more hours, we reached a town named Ramite Bazar. After reaching there, we knocked the doors in almost every house, but no one opened the door. The cold was increasing in the night and we were continuously banging the door of the houses and even the hotels as well. Finally, knocking for around 2 hours, we got a space to stay at around 1 o'clock in the middle of the night in a hotel. We ate little of what we had there and sat over there with some other foreigners. We talked with one of the foreigners from Canada whose name was Mr. Richard Kennedy. He was also stuck with the same problem, landslides. So he had came there in the evening itself, so he got the space to stay. We managed to stay there for a little of hours and we left that place in the early morning itself. After having a breakfast of boiled potatoes and other things as well that were really awesome. The very next day, we left that place in the early morning and decided to go trekking through the forest as we had no option other than that. People over there warned us about the problems and difficulties that we shall have to face if we go through that way. But we decided to face all those challenges. In the beginning, it was nice trekking through the mountains, waterfalls, rivers. But naturally it started becoming difficult to accept that challenge, where there were no ways to move forward. And we were creating our own way through the long grasses all over. We knew the direction, but didn't know whether we are in the correct path or not. Still, we increased our speed as it was about to go dark. We wanted to reach Nele Bazar as soon as possible so that at least we could have some water or food over there. We reached Nele Bazar in the evening and ate a lot. The hot samosas and spicy thukpa, it regained our energy. Without doing so delay, we continued our journey again towards the Mugli. We reached Mugli in the evening and the night at around 9 p.m. We were glad to meet my friend's family there. We were tired a lot, so we slept that night after a nice dinner. On September 30, the very next day, we had a very special and unique form of tea called nunchia. After a nice breakfast, we decided to go for a visit in a nearby area itself. Our body was completely tired, so we didn't make any plan to go anywhere on that day. So we went for fishing in the nearby place and enjoyed a lot. And at last in the evening, we had a dance at home together and had a small party as well. We made a lot of plans and for the days and went for sleep after that. On October 1, we started our next journey to Salleri, which was our main destination after Mugli. We went further to Salleri and visited beautiful tombs and also saw Nepal's one of the most dangerous airport where helicopter was landing over there. And we also saw people who wanted to go for Everest base camp. And however, we couldn't make Everest camp because we had no much time left for us to return back to Kathmandu. We wanted to go to Dudkosi river as well. So luckily we could make that also with the help of my friend's brother-in-law, whose house was close to Dudkosi in Barleni. We went to his house that night and stayed there and had a nice party there as well evening. On October 2 in the morning, brother-in-law took us to show one of the biggest tunnels of Nepal that was being in progress. And with that, we reached to Dudkosi as well with the help of the truck.
प्रोजेक्ट रहेछ जो चाहिँ कम्प्लिट आफ्नो निर्धारित टाइममा काम भइरहेको छ। यहाँ चाहिँ किन यसलाई दुधकोसी भन्दो रहेछ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यसलाई पानी नै जस्तो दुध जस्तो बगिरहेको देखिँदो रहेछ। सबै यतिकै एउटा प्लेनमा चल्दा यस्तो दुध जस्तो देखिरहेको भने अब झरनाबाट खसेको भन्दा सिधै सेतो दुध नै देखिन्छ, पानीको उ पनि देखिँदैन होला।
We enjoyed in the bank of Dudkosi for a few hours and returned to Bhurtel. After it took us around a whole day to climb those mountains. And similarly, on October 3, we packed our bags to return back to Kathmandu in nearby Nonjib. While returning, we saw many mountains filled with ice and only ice everywhere. It was such an amazing moment for me as well as for my team as well. We were back to Kathmandu by night in the same day at around 8 p.m. in the evening. The moments were too adventurous and challenges as well. Waterfalls that we came across around on the way that were countless, and probably it was those waterfalls that help us to accept those challenges in the way in the forest and made our days even more memorable. I would like to say what I found over there is that accepting challenges matter a lot. But when challenges itself become thrilling and frightful as well, that has a different experience in life, and that is what is important in our life as well.